Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, we're gonna take a little shift here. I know it's very, very rare, but hey, let's do a glass half full kind of compilation of a few things here as of late. For the concerning, well, some things in the game that they had fixed, and also the crossover event that we're going to be getting. Of course, there's already some downtrodden talk about some of the cosmetics and so on and so forth. So let's try to flip the script a little bit, all right, and focus on the positive stuff for once, right? I know it's rare, but there is a silver lining, and let's go ahead and focus on these things here in this video. First of all, let's go ahead and bring up to speed, though, since these things are coming up to a close here very soon. At the end of the month, the Iron Stockpile event center that we have is going to end. I already maxed mine out here. Just a quick reminder for everybody to finish getting in the rest of the things that you can here. A lot of the stuff that they added recently was Terra Rift things, which this is fairly simple. If any of you are struggling with the Hellslayer bounties, get into a party and do it that way, and then you can knock these out. These two go hand in hand down at the bottom for the most points out of it. But if you're trying to get the last minute squeeze of points here any way you can, that's the best way to approach that one. The Wild Brawl is kind of a hit or miss. The only one I'm not going to get done is I did the 5 matches, and that's as far as we got with the player kills in there, because that's hit or miss unless you're going in with a preform party, which is your best shot anyway, so go for that. I just did randoms, but it's whatever. But that's what the current event still is ongoing for a couple more days to get this done through the weekend. So there is that. And then the weekly tasks, of course, refresh themselves, and these will be done whenever they get done for me. I'm already capped out in points, so I kind of start saving up my bounties again for the following week, so that I can keep a constant, almost a max stack of 24 in, only because that's personal preference. Right now I'm at 20. I'll probably knock out a few today, and then some. I still have a few more Terra Essence turn-ins for that, but I'm saving that for when the server Paragon reaches 800, so that way hopefully they'll flip the switch on everything to activate fully across the board on all things available for us on the new essences at this point. So because I'm trying to stay on the up and up on that right now, so I'm not going to go down that path and give my thoughts on that right now at the current state. So I'm waiting to see what next week's reset's going to bring when the server Paragon reaches 800, as far as the legendary essences and all that stuff is concerned, and drops and so on and so forth. But anyway, all right, bringing it back around again, the silver lining to all of this right now. One major thing we got right now is the login rewards. The login rewards just for doing the crossover event when it comes up here. There you go. Right? We get 10 legendary crests for the upcoming crossover event for just logging in when it happens on May 1st. So hey, take that as a plus. That's as good as it's going to get. This list in itself is the positives, okay? Again, silver lining, glass half full kind of stuff. We'll try to avoid the other topics for now. It is what it is. There's always going to be pluses and minuses to everything, and like I said, I'm trying to shed a more positive light on things. I know it's rare, mind you, yes, but here we go. Just trying to stay focused on that this time around, just for a change of pace, just for a complete change of pace, right? I mean, it does need to be brought up every now and again so that everything's not sour grapes all the time, right? All right, so there's that, right? We got that coming up, and let's see what else we got going on here. We have, this one I found was pretty funny. This one was pretty funny. There was the D4, the Diablo 4 campfire chat update, developer stream, whatever they had. And that's already been discussed elsewhere, but just kind of give a brief synopsis here. They added a familiar to Diablo 4 from the Berserk universe, and yeah, here you go. If you haven't seen it already, there it is. So yeah, this is the Diablo 4 familiar that they're getting in the Berserk update. And so this could be, it depends on what, I guess depends on what your tastes are. This could be a positive or a negative, I suppose, here, but nonetheless, what we are getting in Diablo Immortal is this little guy here. So, you know, that's up for debate, I guess. You know, again, personal preferences, but yeah, the Diablo 4 one, but anyway, there you go. You can kind of see in this comparison. Take it for what you will. Make what you want out of it. That's what we're getting in Diablo Immortal as opposed to Diablo 4. All right. Now, a couple of more recent positive behind-the-scenes changes and fixes that they have done in-game. The biggest one is going to be, I'm not in the party right now, so I can't exactly show you, but if you haven't noticed already, I'm just bringing this to your attention. The normal party gems for the daily, they've been fixed finally. You will see them drop in odd numbers again, and that was the clue right away when I saw that, I think a couple days ago now, that I'm like, oh my god, they fixed the party gem drop counter. So that's been adjusted and fixed behind the scenes. They didn't have to wait for a patch update to do so, so I'm glad to see they finally got around to it. And they can fix some things behind the scenes before another patch update. So it is possible. It is possible. So let's take that as a positive again, of course. Nonetheless, I mean, and I also do like this one for today because this is exactly the amount of party gems I've gotten so far because this one was activated. I'd love to still see, I've made this comment before about this one, I would really love to see this one just be left in our codex. Just straight up. Just leave this in our codex. Please. This would be nice. It makes it nice and clean and simple to see what you got for the day. They've put it in here in the quest section of the codex, but I mean, there's no reason why they cannot leave it in the activity section as it stands, you know? Or just put it in the quest as put it as a daily quest in the codex. Simple. There you go. And then we can have this, right? Anyway, so there's that one. That one's been fixed and adjusted finally, so we're back on par with that again. Thank goodness. That was pretty significant, honestly. And another one that they changed. The new Battleground map. I'm not entirely sure because I had taken a break from that one for a while. But the new Battleground map. They finally added in the Armory and the Essence Transfer Lady NPC into the new Battleground map. So rejoice on that one. I'm glad to see that they finally synced those two up. They didn't take as long as I thought they would on it, so again, silver lining, positive note here. They finally put it in, so that's a good thing to see. And there's that as well. So that's another up, right? Okay. All right, and rounding it out with one last thing here for the Berserk crossover event, the 2-star gem. Now this still, I mean, take it for what you will still on this one, since they didn't really give us that much in-depth detail. Here it is. If you haven't seen it already on Reddit, this is from Habbo, of course. So take it for what you will. This kind of gave the numeric values that were missing from the 2-star gem in the patch notes. Still have to wait for the official notes to roll out on this one. They're probably going to wait until the week of, when we're going to be getting the update patch, for this to actually be, you know, pure black and white, you know, as it should be for what we know about it. But nonetheless, here it is. Take it for what you will for now. This one, I think, is this is also a positive for mostly free-to-play and low spenders, because this sounds as good, if not almost better, in regards, of course, to free-to-play and low spenders. The crossover event gem, for what it does here, as you can see, while above 50% health damage, while above 50%. So it's not just like with Bloodsoaked Jade, where as soon as you take a bit of damage, that goes, you know, you're missing out on the full life benefit. So that's kind of a good thing. While above 50% health damage, dealing damage grants you the Wrath, increasing your damage done by 30% for 6 seconds. Granted, 6 seconds is only so long anyway. Beneficial effect duration increases, that kind of things will help out make that extended, and so on and so forth. Also, the strife of PvP will knock that down to about 10%, so keep that in mind. But still, nonetheless, it's better than nothing. It's it's still better, I feel, honestly, than trying to go, especially as a free-to-play and a low spender, trying to go all in on the Colossus engine. You would have to put a serious amount of investment on. This one, it won't be too terrible. The only thing that we have possible drawback on the 2-star gem for the crossover event is the only way to probably upgrade this one will be you have to be here for the event to log in to get the copy first, and then after that, maybe during the event we might have better chances of getting more copies, so keep a lookout for that while that's ongoing. They might put some kind of a banner in for it. The last time they did with Mornskull, they sort of kind of, I think, buffed it to where you would have a higher chance of getting it to drop for you. That kind of thing. We'll wait and see. But also this 2-star gem here, the only way that the same deal with the Mornskull is after the event ended, the only way is if you had to have one already, and then you had to go to the Telluric Pearls and use 4 Telluric Pearls to craft additional copies needed for upgrading this one. So, you know, that's hit or miss there, mind you. It's not so much on the positive end, so to speak, but it is what it is. But I just wanted to make light of this one because, you know, it bears repeating and bears a little bit more discussion on as far as things a little bit more positive. I feel like this gem in itself is going to be, you know, much more worth time for free-to-play and low spenders than the Colossus engine was. So, hey, take that as a win, I guess, for what it is. Just make sure you're here for the event to get it. That's all. All right. So there we go. And as far as the 2-star gems, I'm just going to throw in one little quick note on that one here. What I'd like to see as a positive change. A positive quality of life change for 2-star gems. Please, devs. Please, please, please put in a progressive upgrade system for the 2-star gems. I've made note of this possibly before, but I'm going to constantly keep talking about it, maybe until they finally actually do it. But yeah, put a progressive upgrades in for the 2-star gems. The 1-star gems, obviously, you only need one copy as you're climbing up the ranks, you know, maxing it out to rank 10 anyway. So that's neither here nor there. The 2-star gems, once you get past, you know, rank 5 and above, it starts to become a little bit more problematic. I feel like streamline it a lot better for everybody and make it a progressive upgrade system that the 5-star gems have in place now. So anyway, just wanted to end on that note. Let me know what you think about all things here discussed. And again, try to be more of a, you know, glass half full kind of perspective on this. It's all about mindset when it comes to a lot of things sometimes, and more often than not, yeah, there's been a lot of, you know, downtrodden, you know, more negative stuff coming out lately, and I figured I'd just put a little bit of a, you know, flip the script a little bit, like I said, and try to go, you know, this direction and say, hey, you know what? It's not all sour grapes. It's not all that bad. Let's pull out the good and make use of it, right? So anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world. And far as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Believe me. Oh boy. And until next time, see you.